So have I got an interesting one for you today, guys. Yuga Labs, which is the people who make the monkeys, the monkey JPEGs, wins big in NFT lawsuit against Ryder Rips and RR/BAYC project, Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. Ryder Rips, if you don't know, you will be forgiven. Some random dude on Twitter who is apparently quite big into NFTs and loves a good Bored Ape and all that good stuff. And they were suing him and his collaborators, saying that he stole Yuga's intellectual property without permission and used it to create their own NFT project, RRBAYC. Which, as you can see, I mean, neither of these things are good. In my opinion, of course, people like different things. People like having their balls stomped on, so I guess I'll just never understand some people. The case has been ongoing for months, with Yuga Labs seeking damages for trademark infringement and other causes of action. Now, there's something very important here. One, there's been like a back and forth about whether or not you own an NFT. There's two big distinctions people need to understand here with NFTs. One being, when you buy an NFT, you do not own... I'm going to say this for the millionth time and people still don't get it. Even people that have sizable positions in cryptocurrency and NFTs and think they know all about the tech. When you buy an NFT, you are not buying the fucking asset, the picture, the audio file, whatever it is. You are essentially buying a serial number, like a deed to a car. You're not buying the car. You're buying a receipt, a proof of ownership of something, but the thing that you are proving you own isn't actually the thing, which by extension means you do not have any form of transfer of copyright, meaning if you buy an NFT of this, you do not then own this. The distinction to make, though, is that Yuga Labs have said that once you buy, and they've said they're the first NFT project to do this, if you buy their NFT, again, the receipt on the blockchain of this monkey JPEG that they own and host, they also transfer over to you the copyright for that specific Bored Ape, which means if you wanted to make t-shirts with your ape on it, you could do that. That's what some people have done. I've seen people on the internet posting pictures where they've got like shoes with a picture of their ape on it. And if they wanted to sell those to other people, from what I can glean, then apparently Yuga's saying that's okay to use that specific monkey because you own the receipt to that specific monkey. But I don't think that means you can just make a derivative, like we're going to use your branding in a whole different project. So they sued this person, and it's finally come to conclusion. And this is just basically a summary of the 22-page ruling, which, if it's interesting, if this misses anything, I might go over in my spare time, because that's what I do for fun, apparently. But this is basically the major points from what the judges said, according to nftevening.com. So, false designation of origin. Judge Walter found that Yuga Labs owns the Bored Ape Yacht Club marks, even though they did not register them, of course, yeah. Moreover, they suggested the marks are valid and protectable, yeah. Yuga Labs use the marks in commerce, and they have not transferred or abandoned trademark rights. The judge concluded that the majority of the sleek craft factors weigh in factor of Yuga Labs, and that Yuga Labs is entitled to monetary damages and injunctive relief. However, the judge denied the portion of Yuga's motion that seeks a determination of whether this is an exceptional case, in which case it entitles them to enhanced damages or attorney fees. So basically you win, and we're going to award you damages, but we're not going to award you fuck you damages. Cyber squatting, love that term. So the court found that the domains registered and used by Ryder Rips and his collaborators, rrbayc.com and apemarket.com, are likely to cause confusion. Furthermore, the defendants operate with bad faith intent to profit. Ooh, if a judge is saying that, that's not good. Yuga Labs argue that they are entitled to $200,000 in statutory damages. However, the court denied this and stated the damages would be determined at trial. So it's going to trial. So this is going to be interesting to follow for going forward. I do, however, think it's a bit bullshit that saying apemarket.com would cause confusion, because that is essentially saying that Bored Ape Yacht Club then are, I guess everything again needs to be taken in context. If Ape Market is selling NFTs that look like Bored Apes, then that's understandable, but just in a vacuum, the term Ape Market, obviously it would make no sense at all for this to cause confusion, because most people don't know what the fuck a Bored Ape is, because they're normal and they go outside and they don't buy monkey JPEGs. First Amendment / Rogers defense. Ryder Ripps and his collaborators argue that the Rogers test applies. This refers to a test that protects some users of trademarks used in artistic works. However, the court found that the Rogers test does not apply in this case. The judge concludes that the collection uses the same images as Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they do, quote, not express an idea or point of view. Get fucking wrecked. The marketplace listings and Ape Market website do not add any commentary. Yeah, of course it doesn't. Moreover, these are all commercial activities designed to sell infringing products, not expressive artistic speech protected by the First Amendment. This is common sense. I don't know why the fuck they went for this one. The judge also adds that if the Rogers test applied, the use of the Bored Ape Yacht Club marks is not artistically relevant to defendant's art. So they've just been fucking told on this one. So they also went for fair use. Interesting, how's this one going to pan out? Ryder Ripps and his collaborators argue that nominative fair use applies. However, the court found that the defendant's use of the trademarks is not fair use. This is because that only applies in cases where the person uses the trademarks to sell the original product. Unclean hands. This is something I've seen come up a whole bunch of times lately. Ryder Ripps and his collaborators argued that Yuga Labs has unclean hands because they paid celebrities to endorse Bored Ape Yacht Clubs without disclosing they were compensated. However, the judge found that these allegations did not apply to the trademark issue at hand. What the fuck are you doing, brother? I've heard that guy took a piss in a public alleyway once, so that means I get to infringe his copyright and make my own Bored Ape Yacht Club. No, mate, it doesn't. Actually doesn't. The DMCA takedown issues. Ryder Ripps and his collaborators argue that DMCA takedown notices sent by Yuga Labs violated the DMCA. The court found that most of the DMCA notices aren't actionable because no takedown occurred. Of the 4 that did, the court found that Yuga Labs had a good faith belief that the use of Bored Ape Yacht Club marks was infringing, and that Yuga Labs had the right to send the takedown notices. In conclusion, Yuga Labs has won a significant victory in its lawsuit against Ryder Ripps. This ensures more safety and regulation in the space. This significant win for Bored Ape Yacht Club community sets the tone and safeguards it from bad actors. Does it though? So he's obviously clearly taking this very well because he's posting constantly about, not for nothing, but the moment we stopped talking about the racist monkeys, their floor went down. Yogurt lads should have been paying us to protest their scam. So he's clearly taking everything like this well at this point. He did post something interesting here though, which is, it just basically proves what I've been talking about this whole time. So this is Yuga Labs filing for trademark for, is it Mutant Ape Yacht Club? The other one? I don't fucking know. The one that looked like the monkeys are melting, because that needed to happen. This is from the US Trademark Office officially. It says, as a general matter, applicants should note that a non-fungible token or NFT is not a good in trade. Further, NFTs are not non-downloadable. NFTs are downloadable units of data stored on a blockchain, aka digital database or ledger, that can be simultaneously used and shared within a large decentralized publicly accessible network that authenticate and prove ownership rights to digital or physical items. An NFT is not the digital or physical item itself, nor does it contain the digital or physical item. Rather, it only contains information about the item. It is comparable to a certificate of authenticity / ownership for a physical item. Since NFTs are not goods in trade and are similar to a certificate of ownership and authenticity, applicants must specifically identify the underlying digital or physical items represented by the NFT for proper classification and identification. Now, that's a lot of words, right? But what are the words saying? When you buy one of these things, as I said at the start of the video, as I've said a million times, you are not buying the fucking image. You're not buying what you're looking at with your eyes. You're buying a literal receipt that says, I own this thing, but you don't actually own it. As far as I'm aware, everyone agrees on this, other than people in NFTs. Like, I've seen lawyers talk about this. We see the US fucking trademark office agreeing on this. I just don't understand when people are going to understand. Because obviously, a lot of people have this idea when they try to sell you, and this is going to specifically pertain to, blockchain gaming. They sell you on this idea that the good thing about blockchain gaming, and it's going to be the future, because you will own your digital assets. Who is telling you this? Because it's simply not true. You do not own the asset. You never have, and unless something changes legally, this is just true. It's a fact. An NFT is not ownership of the actual thing. It hasn't been, and I don't know how it would be. I don't even know what would have to change for that to be the case. Because even if the company expressly signed over the copyright of said item to you, whenever the NFT changed hands, we don't even, as far as I'm aware, have a legal framework for how that would work in terms of like reselling and things like that. And on top of that, it still wouldn't change the fact that in terms of technology, the thing doesn't even exist on anything that you own. It's on a decentralized blockchain. And that's just the receipt, because the actual thing you bought, the item, the whatever item in a video game, the whatever it is in another database somewhere being pointed to by the NFT, by the metadata. So when you put that into perspective, when people say NFT games are the future, you know, blockchain, Web3, metaverse is the future, and their big talking point is being able to own your own digital assets, it's simply fundamentally, legally, technologically, all untrue currently. There is no sense of truth to that statement, which is why it very much confuses me when people in these spaces argue with me that like this is just pointless right now, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. But there we go. Very interesting. I'll be looking forward to seeing how this plays out when he goes to trial and how much money he gets paid back. I know nothing about the RRBAYC because I don't follow this shit too closely. I didn't know somebody was infringing on the Bored Ape Yacht Club's copyright and making their own monkey JPEGs. And to be honest, I don't think I'll sleep better knowing that they are. But there we go. Thanks for watching as always. And next video, I think we're going to be talking about NFTs yet again, because it seems like NFTs are basically completely in the gutter based on all metrics that are publicly available. Love the blockchain. Just like Shakira's hips, it ain't lying. It seems that most people have no interest in NFTs anymore. It seems that most companies that were saying metaverse is the future, even Meta, and they're saying, oh, we need to be in NFTs and NFT profile pictures need to be on our social media platforms, they're all doing a 180 and saying, actually, no, it doesn't. Nobody uses it. And outside of a few very, very loud people and a few loud communities that are mostly based on sunk cost and wanting to get out and, you know, dump their bags on people, get some exit liquidity real quick, it doesn't seem that anybody gives a fuck anymore. And unless something massive happens in the space, I don't see that changing anytime soon. It seems like cryptocurrency's sort of leveled out a little bit, but NFTs have not leveled out. They've actually gone down even further. So while crypto is still here to stay, it seems, NFTs might have been just a fad. It might have been the fidget spinners of the cryptocurrency world. But there we go. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace out.